Well, hey guys, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to do something just a little bit different. As you're probably well aware, today is Halloween, and this will be the third year of me doing this. This is the official Abide Fishing Spook-Tackle-R. That's right, Spook-Tackle-R. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put on some Halloween themed lures, take them out on the water and see if we can catch some fish with it. But before I do that, I figured I probably ought to get in the Halloween spirit and wear a costume. And I was racking my brain, brainstorming, trying to come up with a funny or clever idea. And then it hit me. I'm going to dress as the scariest thing imaginable to a fisherman. Hey guys, that's right. There is nothing that is scarier to a fisherman than a big fat skunk. So I am out here on the water dressed as Pepe Le Pew. I'm gonna try to catch some fish with those Halloween themed lures, but I will probably end up just stinking up the place. But let's get to it. Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Got the skunk out of the boat. Look at him. That's a nice little fish. Not huge, but what, maybe 15 inches? Nice. All right. First fish of the day. Let's get him back in the water. Wow, this is a big fish. This is a big fish. Yes! 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 Holy crap, guys! Look at that tank! Look at that guy! Yes! Look at him! Look at this guy! Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Holy cow, look at him! Look at that! Guys, look at this! They're like schooling up here, tossed in there. Let me see if I can get another one. Let's get this guy back in the water. And now it's time for tackle roundup. All right, guys, I want to talk about this lure real quickly, only because this is my third time that I have used this lure on the Halloween Spook-Tackle-R, and I have yet to land an actual fish with it. It is this. Look at that horrible thing. It's called a ghost. You see where I'm going with it? It's called a ghost. It's by Mann's Bait Company. I got out here. I've had about 5 blow-ups on this thing, and every time I've used it, I've had about 5 blow-ups. I don't know how much footage of it I actually got because it was dark when I was fishing with it, and this thing is supposed to glow in the dark, and I thought it'd be cool to see the lure work and glow in the dark, but I think it's so old it doesn't glow in the dark anymore. But it's it's hollow bodied, it floats on the top, and basically you walk the dog with it, and it walks the dog, and that's kind of how you use it. Again, it's called a ghost, but I mean, let's be real, it looks like something that Casper would leave after a big meal. But it's pretty stupid looking lure, but I've gotten several strikes on it. And the way that it's configured is it's incredibly weedless. You know, the hooks are in the back, and it's incredibly weedless. You can throw this thing in just about anything and get it out. The problem is it's incredibly weedless, but apparently it's also incredibly fishless, because this is the only lure I have ever seen that has a worse hookup ratio than the frog. You know, a frog, you know, you just gotta, sometimes you just can't, you have a bad hookup ratio. This is like even worse. You know, usually like you have a pencil bait, and sometimes, you know, you'll be fishing it and the fish won't actually suck it in. They'll just like smack at it. But when you have treble hooks, you at least stand a chance of catching that fish. This, you don't have any chance of catching the fish. If he just smacks it, sideswipes it, you don't have any chance at all of catching a fish on that. So you really have to let him suck the whole thing in, and like, it's actually bigger than a frog. It's the size of a pencil bait. So he has to suck the whole thing down. Because the bait's so big, it has to be a pretty big fish, and he has to have a lot of suction to get it down there. Most of the bites I got today, they just sideswiped it. I couldn't do anything with it. I had 2 that actually got a hold of it, sucked it down. I reeled down and yanked, nothing. That thing is, and I've even bent the hooks up, you know, bent the hooks out a little bit to try to improve the hookup ratio, but to no success at all. That was, I'm determined I'm going to catch something on that. One of these years, I am going to catch something on the Mann's Ghost. But let me show you what I'm actually using. What I've had all of my success on today is this. It's just a fluke style bait by Lunker City. Actually, I'll pick up the package here. Lunker City Fishing Specialties. And their fluke is called Freaky Fish. And what's the reason that I got it, and the reason that it's Halloween themed, is look right there, vampire. That's the color of the lure, vampire. It's kind of silver, and it's got that red blood spooky look to it. It's kind of like red and black there on the back. It's actually like I really am impressed with the fluke. I mean, you can, when you pop it, I mean, you can see it flash real good. I mean, it's got a great flash in the water. It's actually really good. Something that I do with my flukes that, you know, most people, you know, they thread it through the nose and they put it back through the back, almost Texas rig style, to keep it weedless. I actually don't do that. I just put it like, I just got a 3/0 hook, and I put it right through the nose like banjo minnow style. And I just like it like that. I don't know why I started doing it like that. If you don't have grass, or, you know, you're not really worried about getting hung up, and you're not really worried about the weedless application, I like it like that. It seems to have a little bit more whip and action to it when you do it like that. And I'm not using anything special as far as a hook. That's just a standard 3/0 offset shank hook there, and just have it through the nose. And that's what we're doing today. But let's see if we can get some more fish in the boat. And that concludes today's tackle roundup. Man, this feels like a big one too. Man, this feels like a big one. Nah, he's not as big as the other ones. He's still a good size though. Heck yeah, guys. Heck yeah. Guys, look at that one. Man, that's a nice little fish there. Pepe Le Pew is catching some fish. Ha ha ha. Guys, I don't want to get cocky, but I think it's safe to say that we're on them. Let's get them back in the water. Wow, this is a big one too. This is a big one too. This is a big one, guys. Wow. Yes! Yes! Woo! Holy cow! Holy cow! Holy cow, guys! Guys! Man, that's the second one that size. Second one that size. Look at him. Look at that fish. Look at this. Guys, look at that. That is the second one that size that I've caught in the same little spot. And it's a shame that I'm dressed up as a stupid skunk, because this would actually be like a pretty good picture. Wow, look at him. Man, that's a solid fish. Let's get him back in the water. Well, guys, I think I am going to wrap it up for today's episode, the Halloween Spook-Tackle-R. Wrapping it up partially because the bite has died and I really haven't caught anything in quite some time, but also I didn't account for this. I have a big fat skunk tail and it doesn't fit in the seat very well. So I've had to, I can't really like put it behind me, so I've had to kind of put it off to the side, and it's like hurting my back. Like my big fat skunk tail is hurting my back. So I think I'm going to call it, but was able to put a couple good fish in the boat. Man alive, that was we had a flurry of awesome fishing activity. I mean, there was two that were over 3 pounds. The one that I weighed was the smaller of the two large ones, and that one was right at 3, so that was awesome. Had a really good time out here, and that fluke, that's a pretty cool little lure. I might have to add that to my regular arsenal. And despite my best efforts, I was not able to there's always next year, I guess, but I was not able to catch anything on the Casper turd lure. And that is a goal of mine, is the Casper turd. I am gonna catch something on that at some point, but this year was not the year. Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I really appreciate you joining me out here. Hopefully you're having a happy and safe Halloween, and eating lots of candy and doing, you know, getting into a little bit of mischief. But I'm going to wrap it up. If you'd like to know anything about the lures or the launch or anything that I did today, you can look down in the description box. I'm going to leave some additional information down there. But while you're there, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, because this channel is updated every week with new fishing content and new fishing adventures, and obviously plenty of hijinks. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'll be seeing you next week. This is Josh, and this is Abide Fishing.
Take a whiff on me, that ain't no rose. Roll up your window and hold your nose, 'cause you don't have to look and you don't have to see, 'cause you can feel it in your olfactory. You got your dead skunk in the middle of the road. Dead skunk in the middle of the road. You got your dead skunk in the middle of the road. Stinking to high heaven. Come on, stink. Take a whiff. It isn't pleasant.